2, 1. Hey, we're back again. MidwestHockey.info with yet another team preview. Heading into the preseason here. This is probably the busiest team so far, Trent. The Columbus Blue Jackets.
Yeah, they've been busy, that's for sure. Got a good amount of controversies. That's always exciting. Or not controversies, but decisions and positions to be won.
They had, they won the Prospects Tournament in Traverse City. Second year in a row. So this is a team that was kind of a running joke for a long time with their prospects. And now they've shown, since Kekalainen's been there, Jarmo Kekalainen as a GM, I think they've really turned things around. They might have the best group of prospects in the NHL.
Yeah.
They've obviously they won that tournament again, and they've already played 3 preseason games. Can you believe that?
Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah, they played one against Pittsburgh on the first night. They lost at 1-0 in shootout. And then the following night, last night, they played St. Louis, and what they did, they called it a split squad. They played a game in Columbus and a game in St. Louis on the same night, both teams.
Wow.
So, and then they made a huge, a large number of cuts today. They sent 14 players back, primarily the junior. They did send a couple to the Lake Erie Monsters of the American Hockey League. But 14 guys they cut loose. So I think they're down to 49 now. So, yeah, will probably be another couple cuts before they get real into the really tough decisions. But they can just use this video because we've made most of the decisions for them.
That we did. Although we do admit that there is positions to be won and tough calls to be made.
And if we're wrong, we won't be fired.
That's true.
Okay, so you want to just start out with the forwards again?
Yeah, let's start at forwards, work our way down just like we did.
Okay.
So, first line, we got Hartnell, Johansson, and Foligno. A lot of people aren't going to argue too much about that. You could switch Hartnell. Well, let's go with our second line here quick, Jim.
We have Dubinsky with Saad and Atkinson. That's about as good a second line as you're going to see.
Yeah, that's a good second line. Yeah. And the only thing that I would say in that top 6 is you might see Saad on the first, or you might see Dubinsky on the first, and Johansson or Hartnell on the second.
Heck, all 6 of them guys are interchangeable, really, if you think about it. Yeah.
I would say Atkinson's for sure second line, Foligno on the first. Otherwise, any of those other 4 could be swapped and swapped.
Any way you slice it, as long as there's no injuries, that's 2 solid lines right there.
That is that is probably one of the best 2 lines in the NHL.
Yeah. So we went with Gregory Campbell, centering the third line, or third center, whatever. Jared Bowl and Rene Bourque. I think he's one of the guys that's on a professional tryout, I think. And Trent really likes him.
I think he could be a good fit. Good. I know he was better, but I think coming in as more of a role player instead of being counted on, I really think he could fit in good on a third line, especially when you got some grit and bowl. So I kind of feel like that'd be a good fit for him, and I think he could have a good couple of years there.
Yeah, no, those are 3 good players right there. The weird thing about this team is they have, I keep saying they have so many good prospects. But this is a tough lineup to crack. I mean, I think they got a good shot, a lot of these guys. But, boy, who are they going to knock out of there?
Yeah, and I think where you got to look at, where the tricky part is cracking the lineup, that a lot of these players trying to crack this lineup, they're skill positions.
Yeah.
They're skilled guys. They're not grinders.
Yeah,
a lot of them.
Point. Yeah.
And so you're really trying to break into that top 6, maybe on the third line, depending on the team.
Yeah.
But a lot of these guys aren't going to fit on the fourth line because they're not a grinder. They're a skill scorer.
Okay.
So it's tricky.
I think you're right. So if we take a look at the fourth line, here's where I think, like I said, I got sort of bubble players listed here. But it's hard to imagine any of these guys not on the team. Boone Jenner for sure is going to be there. Matt Calvert, I'm pretty sure. And David Clarkson, I mean, they're paying him a lot of money.
Yeah.
I think they expect him to play. So, I mean, I can't imagine any of them not on the team, but they're going to have to earn it.
Yeah. And the whole point of that Clarkson trade was to get rid of cap you're not using and get cap that you can play. So you want to think Clarkson's going to be playing, even though he's had a bad couple seasons. But, I mean, you put him on the fourth line, let him get back to being mean and tough, and
Yeah.
I think he could turn things around. I mean, he's never going to be that $5 million guy, but...
Yeah. Maybe kind of what you said about Bork, too, just a guy that, they take a little bit of pressure off his shoulders. The media's not, crapping on him every night, and maybe he just gets a little bit more comfortable.
Yeah, but he can, Clarkson can provide goals on that fourth line,
sure. Yeah.
So
here's the tough part. If that's your four lines, then that's bad news for guys like Sonny Milano.
Yeah.
I mean, I think he has a really good shot of making his team, but whose spot he's going to take, I have no idea.
Yeah.
And Kirby Reichel, the same thing. Alexander Wenberg, Oliver Bjorkstrand or Bjorkstrand, whoever you say it. I mean, those are four good guys that, as of right now, are on the outside looking in.
Yeah, and I mean that's tough because, like I was just saying, Jim, you don't really fit on the fourth line on a team like the Columbus Blue Jackets. You could play on that third line, being a skilled player. Bork.
Yeah.
Then you would have a scoring third line.
Yeah.
But it is going to be a tough team to crack.
Yeah, you're right. I mean, Sonny Milano's not gonna make that team to be a checker. He's going to put bucket in that. Yeah, it's going to be tough. Maybe they're still a year away. I don't know. I'm sure that guys like Sonny Milano and Kirby Reichel would definitely disagree with that.
Yeah. Well, let's move on to defense.
Okay.
There's really only one position that I'm confident in making, and that's our first D-man.
Yeah.
And that's Jack Johnson.
Yeah, we really did struggle with this, didn't we?
Yeah, it was definitely a tough one. None of the other D-men really stand out at that level. It's not obvious. There's positions to be won on defense.
Yeah. Yeah. And again, I think most of these, we have 6 guys listed here. They're all hard-working, good defensemen. None of them are, Johnson, I guess, is the only maybe star that you'd have on the team. But there's nothing wrong with any of these guys.
Yeah.
They're all good. So, again, if you want to make it, you got to beat these guys out.
Yeah, that's true. And I think you'd be looking to add a little bit of offensive skill. But... you got Zach Werenski. He's going back to Michigan for another year. So
yeah.
I think he would have had a good chance to crack the lineup.
Maybe.
Depending on how he performed in preseason and in camp.
Yeah.
But the door is open if someone wants to play defense on the Columbus Blue Jackets. Yeah. I'm going to say that.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not saying anything. I'm not trying to knock their D. I think, like I said, it's good, hard-working D.
Yeah.
But if the team if you're going to say that they have an Achilles heel at all, maybe it's there. I don't know.
Good thing they got this guy that we're going to talk about a little bit later that can make up for some of that.
So David Savard is who I have on the first pair. And maybe we can just go through this quick.
Yeah.
Ryan Murray, who apparently, they're expecting big things from. He's had a lot of problems with injuries in some of the previous years. He's still a young guy, but I have him on the second pair if he can stay healthy.
Yeah.
With Federtut, and he's a veteran. He belongs there in the second pair, I think.
Yeah, I wouldn't disagree.
Dalton Prout and Kevin Connaughton, both good solid defensemen. That's my third pair. And if I was naming a seventh defense, Cody Golubeff. I probably said that wrong. He has a one-way deal, so I expect that they're going to take a good long look at him.
And I think if I'm the Columbus Blue Jackets, I'm going to go ahead and make a call here. So, GM, listening. Cody Franzen. I think he
Oh,
would be
yeah.
a good guy, still a free agent, can come in and contribute and make this defense better.
Yeah, because one of my questions was going to be, as good as that talent is, as many prospects they have, would it be, like, would you ever consider, some of these good young prospects maybe in a deal for a D? But, it's tough to give up on them guys.
It's hard. Yeah, it's hard to give up on those prospects.
Yeah. Okay, so I also have Justin Falk and Dylan Hetherington. They're young guys that have a shot. They're going to be in camp. They're going to get a good long look. They'll be, if they make it or don't make it, it'll probably be among the final decisions at camp.
Yeah. And then we got the easiest by far decision to make on the board, starting goalie, Bobrovsky.
Yeah, that's he might be the best goalie in the NHL right now. He put this team on his back and carried them, I think, down the stretch last year. When he was hurt, they lost. When he wasn't hurt, they won.
Yeah,
that's pretty much the way things go with him. He's a really come into his own. Like I said, he might be the best goalie in the league. That's the easy decision. Who's going to back him up? It's been McElhinney for the last couple seasons, I think. He's the obvious choice right now. Anton Forsberg has been spending his time, as the sort of like their next guy in the minors. Is he ready to unseat McElhinney? I don't know. And a guy that I noticed in that prospects tournament, I just really love him, and I love his name, Joonas Korpisalo. He's not going to make this team this year, but keep your eye open. He's going to be there.
Yeah, he's going to be a star someday. Well, that's kind of it for the Columbus Blue Jackets.
That's our Columbus Blue Jackets for the 2015-16 season. If you like it, good. If you don't, oh well. I think we're pretty close on a lot of these.
Yeah.
So that's it for this team. We're going to move on to Trent's favorite. If you keep watching, you're going to see Trent's favorite team coming up next.
Stay classy, Midwest.